Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to video number 2. In this video, we're going to get down into some of the nitty-gritty on adapting into ketosis. And this is the thing that most people are scared of. And the reason why they're scared of it is because they hear about this thing called the keto flu. And that's basically when your body is transitioning from burning glucose for fuel to burning ketones for fuel. It's got to go through this adaptation phase. So while it's doing that, your brain tends to be a little bit low on fuel. You can get a headache, you can feel tired, you can feel fatigued. And it happens for a few different reasons, right? So there's that switching of fuels that goes on, but it's also because your body starts to push water out very rapidly. So this can throw off your electrolyte balance. And one of the big mistakes that people make when they get into the ketogenic diet is that, one, they don't fuel themselves with the right kinds of fats, and two, they don't take care of their electrolyte balance. So we're going to get into how to do that today. We're going to get into it very quickly and very simply. It's not going to be like the last video where I'm using all kinds of scientific terms. In this video, we're going to be doing it really, really simply. And I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks that I use to adapt into ketosis quickly, and that I actually also use to keep me within ketosis. So let's get into it. First things first. What types of fats do you want to be using to fuel yourself when you're adapting into ketosis? Well, number one is going to be medium chain triglycerides. Now, medium chain triglycerides are really, really important because they're shorter chain fatty acids. That means that they don't have to go through a lot of breakdown before they get into your bloodstream. They can actually go through the liver really, really quickly. They'll get right into your bloodstream and they'll raise your levels of ketones in your bloodstream. And that allows for a really great source of fuel to get to your brain. So what are some good sources of medium chain triglycerides? Well, one of the primary sources is going to be coconut oil. Now, you can get it in a jar. You can also, this is why my closet's open, you can also go to a place like F-Bomb Nutrition. These guys are really good friends of mine. And they provide like these individual packets of coconut oil and also medium chain triglyceride oil, which I'm going to be talking about in a second. But the reason, well, coconut is very rich in medium chain triglycerides. Coconut oil also has an additional one called lauric acid, and that's why it tends to be really, really solid in there. Lauric acid is actually very, very antimicrobial. I actually rinse my mouth out in the morning with coconut oil. It helps to whiten the teeth, helps to get rid of some of that nasty bacteria. So it's got a lot of lauric acid, so it's not the most pure source of medium chain triglycerides. What you really want when you are adapting into ketosis is to get something called MCT oil, or medium chain triglyceride oil. And basically what that is, it's all the medium chain triglycerides condensed into a very, very liquid oil. It doesn't have the lauric acid in it, so it doesn't become solid or anything like that. And what I would do during, when I'm adapting into ketosis, I'll put it in my coffee or tea in the morning. I'll take a few shots of medium chain triglycerides throughout the day, but most of the fat that I'm consuming is either going to come from MCT oil or coconut oil, and that's because that's going to provide a lot of that really quick source of fuel for my brain while I'm adapting, and it'll allow me to adapt quicker and get into ketosis quicker. The other thing you can do while you are trying to adapt into ketosis is to make sure that you're getting enough calories. And this is a big thing that people make. A lot of people think, oh, I'm eating fat, I'm eating a ketogenic diet, I don't really need to worry about calories. But if you're not eating enough calories, that's not going to give you enough energy throughout the day. You kind of have to worry about if you're getting enough fuel. And most people, they think that like 40 or 50 grams of fat is a lot. You want to be consuming at least probably 100 grams of fat if you're an average sized individual per day, especially while you're adapting into ketosis. Now, the other thing is you want to keep the carbohydrates, the starchy carbs, down very, very low. So that means you want to be under 50 grams of carbohydrate during that initial adaptation phase. So you want to avoid fruits, you want to avoid rice, you want to avoid potatoes, you want to avoid bread, you want to avoid any grains, you want to stay away from any sort of starch that's going to give you an insulin spike that's going to kick you out of ketosis, and you especially want to avoid sugar, which could be a really